and welcome to week 4 of your course at the Columbia Southern University. I'd like to take the moment to say hi again and to basically allow you the opportunity to know that at this point you really should be moving from your annotated bibliography, which was the collection of all your sources, and you should be shifting to what we're going to consider, or we're going to call, your research-based draft. Now, in relation to this research-based draft, you're going to be doing a number of things. I urge you all to look under week 4 at the area where you basically can, for all intents and purposes, know exactly what you need to do. The overview is quite clear when it comes to the various criteria. Now, this is also available to you via your textbook, and I think that that's a good place to start. For instance, as I was kind of going through, you're going to be writing a paper, of course, that's going to have a review of the literature. Most of the time, you probably have done some review of literatures in your various texts, and this is slightly different. It might be new to you. I would encourage those of you who it is to go ahead and just Google search literature review, and you're going to find tons of different samples. The idea behind this review of literature is for you to take the sources, all those that you've collected, and go ahead and move beyond just summary and really think about how your annotations review and create a relationship between your sources so that they're in conversation with each other. The example that they gave in the text was about hydrogen cars. You know, the idea that one of your paragraphs might be dedicated to those that argue that hydrogen is a clean fuel. One section might be about why it's unsafe. One might be why it is the fault of other alternative cars, and so on. The point is that you cluster your information so that your sources are conversing about the points of the issue. You will also see, that's Weasel. He's a visitor. There may also be a dog or a couple dogs wandering through here. So as far as the textbook goes, I would recommend looking at page 44 and 45 of the Little Brown Compact Handbook. There's a lot of transitional expressions that'll be really helpful. I'd also recommend taking a look at signal phrases. The example review of literature in your textbook is very extensive, and I'm not looking for that much. The review of literature is normally not that comprehensive. If this type example would probably be familiar with a 25 or 30 page paper. We're not doing that in this class, so you're probably going to write a shorter review of literature. It should be clear. You should definitely use APA citation and make sure that you're using proper parenthetical and in-text citation. The review of literature is not about what the author thinks about what his or her argument is. Instead, it's about the sources and what they say about the topic. You will have the chance to write your argument paper soon enough, but right now you're just summarizing the material and putting it into conversation. Also, on page 439 of your textbook, on strategies for writing successful research papers, you will see under the issues that there's a really good sample of a paragraph. It begins with the author of the source, a short mention of her credentials, and then the title of the book and a one-line summary. Now, after that summarizing, the student author begins to explain more about what this author said and pulls a few key terms. And then, of course, the next paragraph develops and pulls in another source with a good discussion. But note that at any time, the student author who wrote this does not comment or qualify the remarks. In this example, you're going to find that the review of literature is all about the sources and the conversation about that. I want you to do that. Begin with the summaries that you did for your annotated bibliography, but don't just place the paragraphs, together in kind of a stringing together of information. Instead, transition the ideas, cluster the discussions, really focus on the themes that are connecting these ideas. And always remember that if you have any problems or concerns, you can contact me, and I'd be happy to speak with you about it. I look forward to seeing your drafts and of your literature review, and I urge you to really take this time to have some fun and to think about how a literature review functions. If you do have any questions, like I said, contact me. Thanks so much, and good luck.